Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify a feature that iPhone users absolutely love, but let's be honest, often find incredibly frustrating to use anywhere else. We all know the magic of holding down on a photo to see a memory suddenly come to life. It's an amazing feature, right? But how do we effortlessly unlock those files so we can actually share them on any device? Well, today we're going to look at an incredibly simple online toolset from RockIMG. We'll see how to extract exactly what we want from these files so you can finally share those dynamic moments anywhere with anyone.
So does this sound familiar at all? You capture this hilarious, perfectly timed live photo. Maybe it's your dog doing a flip or your friend blowing out their birthday candles, and you're super excited to share it. But when you send it to a buddy with an Android phone or you try to upload it to your PC, it just arrives as this frozen, lifeless image. The magic is totally gone. That cross-platform barrier literally turns a dynamic memory into flat data. It's the worst. But the solution is actually remarkably easy once you understand what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll understand the live photo format. Second, how to extract still photos. Third, how to create animated GIFs. And finally, we'll cover the core advantages of the tools we're using.
All right, part 1. Understanding the live photo format. I genuinely love explaining this one because it usually blows people's minds a little bit. A live photo, which is saved as a .lib file, isn't some complex, unbreakable, magical Apple format. Think of it more like a digital sandwich. It is quite literally just a standard zip archive that bundles two very distinct ingredients together, a high-quality still image and a short MOV video clip. And that's it. Once you realize it's just a digital sandwich, you realize you just need the right tool to pull it apart and take the exact ingredient you're hungry for.
Moving right along to part 2, how to extract still photos.
Now, sometimes you really don't need the motion, right? You just want a perfectly clear, high-quality still photo to print out, frame, or maybe use as a profile picture. The RockIMG to JPG tool makes this so effortless. Step 1, you just drag and drop your file right into your browser. Step 2, the tool instantly opens up that digital sandwich we talked about, letting you preview the image. Step 3, and this is where the real magic happens, it automatically handles those incredibly stubborn Apple HEIC formats. It lets you convert it to a universally accepted JPG or PNG with just one click. And step 4, you download it. Absolutely zero technical knowledge required.
And this brilliantly illustrates the choice you have based on what you actually want to do. Extracting a still photo is your absolute best bet for pristine, high-quality static sharing. But on the flip side, if your goal is to preserve the laughter and the movement for social media or for group chats that just don't support Apple's format, then extracting an animated GIF is exactly what you need to do.
Which brings us to part 3, how to create those animated GIFs.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how fast and familiar this process is. It's virtually identical to what we just did. You upload your file in step 1, but in step 2, the tool extracts the other half of that sandwich, the short MOV video clip. In step 3, you just click Convert to GIF, and what's happening behind the scenes here is honestly brilliant. RockIMG perfectly optimizes this GIF at 15 frames per second and caps the width at 480 pixels. This creates a file that is smooth enough to look really great, but small enough to send through your messaging apps without turning into, compressed pixelated garbage. Then, just download your brand new, universally shareable animated GIF. I do want to provide a quick technical heads up here, straight from the source material. You might occasionally see a note that HEVC encoded live photos may not be supported in all web browsers. Now, without getting bogged down in a bunch of heavy jargon, HEVC is basically just a highly efficient way that modern iPhones save video. So if you try to preview your file and the video just isn't showing up, don't panic. Actually, it just means your current browser might be slightly older and doesn't quite know how to read that specific video code. Simply opening the RockIMG tool in a fully updated modern browser like Chrome or Edge will almost always solve this instantly.
All right, let's wrap up with part 4, the core advantages of using these tools.
Let's rapid fire through these benefits because they're pretty great. First, it handles files up to a massive 200 megabytes. To put that in perspective, you will practically never hit this limit with a standard live photo. Second, the automatic HEIC to JPG conversion removes all the guesswork for you. Third, it precisely extracts exactly what you need, whether that's the video or the keyframe still. But the absolute most important advantage here is how it handles your privacy.
So the crucial point is that all of this processing is done directly in your browser. Literally, no files are ever uploaded to a server. This is a massive deal for privacy, guys.
When you convert photos of your family or your personal life, those files never leave your computer. They aren't sent off to some remote cloud somewhere to be processed or, potentially hacked. The website just provides the code, and your own machine does all the heavy lifting locally. Having that peace of mind, it's incredibly valuable.
So, there you have it. You now know that a live photo is basically just a digital sandwich, and you have the exact, simple, and totally secure tools you need to pull it apart and share it flawlessly. You are officially no longer trapped in the Apple ecosystem. So, my question for you is, which stuck, unshareable, live photo are you going to rescue and convert first? Go dig through your camera roll right now, find that perfect memory, and try it out for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you on the next one.